always do your best because what you plant now, you will harvest later. Namaskar, welcome to PT Pointers, and in this video, we will cover major headlines of The Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And our first headline is related to PM Uday scheme, and it is in the news because Union Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry is in the process of conferring ownership rights to residents of more than 1000 unauthorized colonies of Delhi under the PM Uday scheme, which was announced by the central government in 2019 for residents of the unauthorized colonies in Delhi. It aims to confer the ownership or transfer rights to the residents of unauthorized colonies of Delhi. Our next headline is related to Warli paintings, which is made by the Warli tribal people of Maharashtra, and characteristic feature of Warli painting is that it gives glimpse of daily life activities, village, environment, flora, fauna, god, goddesses, etc. of the tribal people. Our next headline is related to Collegium System, and it is in the news because recently Supreme Court Collegium has recommended the appointment of Chief Justices to 5 High Courts. Now, what is Collegium System? So friends, it is the way by which judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts are appointed and transferred. It is not rooted in the Constitution or specific law promulgated by the Parliament, but it has evolved through the judgments of the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court Collegium is a 5-member body, including Chief Justice of India and 4 senior-most judges of the Supreme Court. And High Court Collegium is a 3-member body with Chief Justice and 2 other senior-most judges of that court. And do you know, friends, Chief Justice of India and judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the President under Article 124 of the Constitution. Our next headline is related to Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, and it is in the news because according to Health Ministry data, women account for 49% of Ayushman cards, which are made under the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Now let's know more about the Yojana. So friends, it is the world's largest health insurance scheme which is fully financed by the government. It provides a cover of 5 lakh per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. It provides cashless access to healthcare services for the beneficiary at the point of service. It covers up to 3 days of pre-hospitalization and 15 days of post-hospitalization expenses such as diagnostics and medicines. And do you know, friends, there is no restrictions on the family size, age or gender. And under this scheme, households are included based on the deprivation and occupational criteria of socio-economic caste census 2011 for rural and urban areas. Our next headline is related to Financial Intelligence Unit, and it is in the news because recently Financial Intelligence Unit sent a notice to cryptocurrency exchange Binance for operating illegally in India through an offshore entity. Now let's know more about Financial Intelligence Unit. So friends, it comes under the Ministry of Finance and it is the central national agency responsible for receiving, processing, analyzing and disseminating information related to suspect financial transactions to enforcement agencies and foreign financial intelligence units. Our next headline is related to Vivadvishwas Scheme, and its first phase was announced in Union Budget 2023-24 and it was aimed at providing relief to MSMEs unable to comply with the central government contracts due to the pandemic. It covered all procurement contracts related to goods, services, and works entered into by government departments. And similar Vivadvishwas Scheme Phase 2 was launched to resolve pending contractual disputes related to public procurement. Now, recently, government appointed Neena Singh as the Director General of CISF, making her the first woman to head this elite force. Apart from her, government also appointed ITBP Chief Anish Dayal Singh as the Director General of the Central Reserve Police Force. Now let's know more about CISF. So friends, it is an armed force of the Union established under an Act of Parliament and it provides security to strategic establishment including Department of Space, Department of Atomic Energy, airports, the Delhi Metro, the ports, the historical monuments, and the basic areas of Indian economy such as petroleum, natural gas, electricity, coal, steel and mining. It also provides protection to some private sector units and important government buildings in Delhi. It also provides security to the protected persons classified as Z+, Z, X and Y. And friends, it is the only force with customized and dedicated fire wing. Our next headline is related to Sunburn Festival, which began in Goa. It is Asia's premier electronic dance music festival, which was started in 2007. And do you know, friends, it is a 3-day music festival. Our next and last headline is related to SHRESTH Scheme, which stands for Scheme for Residential Education for Students in High Schools in Targeted Areas. Now let's know more about the scheme. So friends, it is a central sector scheme which is implemented by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and it aims to enhance the reach of development intervention of the government and to fill the gap in service deficient SC's dominant areas in sector of education through the effort of grant in aid institutions, which is run by NGOs and residential high schools. And do you know, friends, the scheme is further modified to provide easier access to meritorious SC students in the best schools in the country for their educational and holistic development. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.